Well, good morning, Nigeria. Today begins this broadcast with hearts weighed down by grief and questions that seem too heavy to ask, well, let alone even answer. Nigeria, question is, how did a season of cheer and togetherness, that time that families eagerly anticipate all year, become so steeped in tragedy and loss? Just days ago, in Ibadan, a Christmas funfair meant to ignite joy and laughter became a horrifying scene of chaos and death. 35 lives were lost, most of them even children, wide-eyed with excitement at the chance of a simple holiday experience. Parents, worn down by the relentless, harsh economy, sought a cost-effective way to gift their children the joy of the season. Yet, what was supposed to be a cherished memory turned into an unimaginable horror. 35 young lives gone like that in an instant, leaving parents shattered and siblings forever haunted by the absence of those they once held dear. And then, barely days after, a stampede unfolded at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Abuja. Families gathered there, not for celebration this time, but for survival. The crowd surged as people struggled for palliatives, items so basic yet so essential that they were willing to risk their safety to secure them. Lives were once again lost, mothers, fathers, children, all swept away in a tide of desperation. What does this say about the state of our nation when even in a house of worship where people go to seek solace and refuge, tragedy finds them instead? And as if those two events weren't heartbreaking enough, yet another calamity struck on the very same day in Okija, Anambra State. At an event organized by the Obi Jackson Foundation, a stampede broke out during the distribution of rice, meant to help families cope with the pressures of the season. 12 people died this time, and over 32 others were injured. Witnesses described the scene, a massive crowd, each person driven by the fear of scarcity, each one pushing forward in hopes of securing the little that they could find for their families. In some cases, even they say entire families lost multiple members in a single devastating moment. How do we even begin to make sense of this? Well, the truth is, it's very glaring, and it's painful too, but it's also hard to confront. The soaring cost of living has pushed countless Nigerians to the brink. Skyrocketing prices have made even the most basic necessities, food, clothing, and shelter, unattainable for many. Parents faced with the impossible task of providing for their families are left scrambling for any opportunities to celebrate the season or even just to survive it. Now, this is a phenomenon never before seen on such a scale in Nigeria. The stark inequality and pervasive penury have turned what should be moments of joy into moments of heartbreak. And yet, we're left to ask, why now? Why are these tragedies unfolding at such a time when the spirit of the season should bind us together? Why are families forced to trade safety for survival? Why are lives being cut short in a quest for something as simple as a bag of rice or even a loaf of bread? Now, even the highest officers in the land cannot ignore the gravity of these events. The President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself, has cancelled scheduled events in Lagos to honor the victims of these tragedies. A solemn gesture that reflects the nation's collective grief, yes? But can gestures alone suffice? Can they bring back the futures that have been so cruelly stolen? So, as we sit with these questions, we can only pray for the souls lost, the families left behind, and for the nation, this one, our dear Nigeria, that desperately needs healing and hope. Well, on such a somber note, I welcome you to Breakfast Extra today as we reflect on these sobering events. We promise to tell you the stories that matter. My name is Mazino Appeal, and of course joining me, as always, is the brilliant and insightful Judith at TV. Judith, I don't know how you feel this morning with the issues that I've just noted about the 3 different stampedes that occurred only just within the space of less than 7 days. Judith?
I mean, you rightfully put it. It's, again, a very flawless and wonderful monologue, Mazino. It really just reflects and captures what's really going on with Nigeria, and it's the rising cost of living crisis. And all of this stampede, like I said, I've said this before and I'll say it again, it's poverty that's causing this. For people to wake up as early as 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning to go and get where they can get resources, whether it's rice, toys, or hand-me-downs or freebies, to be able to celebrate Christmas. And it's it's sad all around. It's just very heartbreaking.
Indeed, very sad, but the show must go on. We'll bring you the stories that matter, the conversations you want to hear right here on Breakfast Extra for a Sunday edition. Welcome. We'll be back.